Be me, 28F, Senior Brand Strategist, Marketing Agency in downtown Chicago, trendy open plan office, endless supply of nitro cold brew. We are a people-first company, lots of talk about synergy and inclusivity. My team is tight, me, Rachel, 25F, copy lead, Sienna, 29F, social media director. We are the queens of the third floor, spend most of our mornings grabbing matcha lattes and deconstructing the patriarchy before opening a single spreadsheet. Life is good. We have this vibe where we protect our peace. If a client is too demanding, we flag it as a boundary violation. If a deadline is too tight, we frame it as unsustainable crunch culture. Management usually buys it because they're terrified of bad Glassdoor reviews. Enter Victor, 32M, hired 6 months ago as a senior analyst. Guy is the definition of an NPC, wears the same 3 button-downs in rotation, brings a ham sandwich from home every single day, never joins us for happy hour, never engages in the Slack banter about the latest Netflix true crime doc. He just sits there, typing, clicking, working. It's unnerving. At first, we ignore him. He was just the back-end guy handling the data for our campaigns. But then the comparison started. We'd be in a Monday morning stand-up. Rachel is explaining why the copy isn't ready because she needed to sit with the emotional resonance of the brand voice for a few more days. Manager nods, afraid to push back, then Victor speaks up, monotone voice. I've completed the predictive modeling for Q3, Q4, and did a preliminary audit of the competitor landscape. Sent the PDFs to everyone's inbox at 7 a.m. Silence in the room. Manager's eyes light up. Wow, thanks, Victor. That's incredibly efficient. Rachel looks like she swallowed a lemon. I feel the heat rising in my neck. It wasn't just that he did his work. It was that he did it without complaining, without needing a mental health check-in, without asking for praise. He was making the rest of us look like we were barely treading water. And the worst part? He didn't even seem to realize it. Fast forward 2 months, the resentment is simmering. Me, Rachel, and Sienna have a private group chat called Boss Babes. It's 90% complaining about Victor. Sienna, did you see him leave yesterday? Me, no. What time? Sienna, 6:30 p.m. Who stays until 6:30 when we have a flexible hours policy? Rachel, he's doing it on purpose. It's performative. He wants to look like the martyr so we look lazy. Me, it's toxic productivity. He's setting an unrealistic standard. It's actually harmful to the team dynamic. We are convinced. Victor wasn't a good employee. He was a threat to our work-life balance ecosystem. He was the guy who reminded the teacher she forgot to collect homework. We started noticing problematic behaviors. If we were chatting in the breakout area for 45 minutes about Rachel's dating app disasters, Victor would walk by to refill his water bottle. He wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't even look at us, really. But we felt judged. Did you see that glance? Rachel would whisper. He hates that we're bonding. Men hate when women build community in the workplace. He probably thinks we should be working. What a bootlicker. The breaking point was the Catalyst project. Huge client, energy drink company trying to rebrand for gamers. Massive budget, massive bonuses on the line. Our team was leading the creative. Management promised us a 15% year-end bonus if we nailed the launch. That money was already spent in my head. New apartment deposit, trip to Tulum, designer bag. We were hyped, but the workload was heavy. Naturally, we delegated the grunt work. Victor can handle the consumer segmentation. I told the boss, Victor can do the budget allocation. Sienna added, Victor can build the slide deck skeleton. Rachel chimed in. Victor just nodded. Sure. When do you need it? Friday, I said, giving him a tight deadline so I could leave early for a weekend trip. Okay, no pushback, no drama. Friday comes. I'm packing my bag at 3 p.m. Victor walks over to my desk. First time he's approached me voluntarily. Hey, I finished the segmentation and the budget, but I noticed a discrepancy in the creative brief versus the target demo data. I sigh, checking my watch. What is it, Victor? The brief targets Gen Z women, but the data shows 85% of the current consumption is male millennials. If we pivot too hard without a bridge campaign, we might alienate the core user base before capturing the new one. Revenue could drop 40% in the first quarter. I stare at him, the way he said it, so matter-of-fact, so logical. It felt like he was telling me I didn't know my job. It felt like mansplaining. We're trying to disrupt the market, Victor, I said, using my best corporate voice. Sometimes you have to look past the data and trust the vision. He blinked. Okay, just wanted to flag it. The risk assessment is in the appendix. He walks away. I fume all weekend. How dare he question the strategy? He's just a number cruncher. I'm the strategist. I vent to the girls over brunch on Sunday. He's trying to undermine us, Rachel said, stabbing her French toast. He thinks because he knows Excel, he knows branding. It's gatekeeping, Sienna agreed. He's using data to gaslight our creative intuition. We decide then and there, Victor has to go. The campaign against him was subtle at first. We stopped CCing him on emails until the last minute. Oops. Thought you were on the thread, Victor. Then we'd get mad when he wasn't up to speed. We start excluding him from impromptu brainstorming sessions. Then we'd complain in the team meetings that he wasn't contributing to the culture. We scrutinize his communication style. Every email he sent, we dissected. He's so blunt. I told our manager during my one-on-one. He doesn't use greetings or sign-offs. It creates a hostile vibe. Feels very cold. Manager looked concerned. He is a bit quiet. I'll talk to him. Victor starts adding, "Hi everyone," and, thanks to his emails, it looks forced. We laugh about it in the group chat. Look at the robot trying to learn human emotion, lol. Things came to a head in November. Catalyst project launch is 2 months away. Pressure is on. We are behind schedule because Rachel had writer's block and Sienna is planning her wedding during work hours. Victor is carrying the load. He is staying until 7 or 8 p.m. every night fixing our mistakes, cleaning up the slide decks, reformatting the reports we butchered. One morning I come in at 9:15. Victor is already there, looking exhausted. He's redoing the entire media buy schedule. "Why are you doing that?" I asked, coffee in hand. The version Sienna uploaded had the wrong dates. We would have missed the Black Friday window. I'm patching it manually. He didn't look at me. He just kept typing. I felt that flash of shame again, followed immediately by anger. Why didn't he just tell us? Why did he have to be the hero? You should have communicated that to the team instead of rogue fixing it. I snap. It reinforces a lack of trust. He stops typing and looks at me, bags under his eyes. I sent a Slack message at 4 p.m. yesterday. No one replied. I assumed you were all busy, so I just fixed it. I checked Slack. We were all in a private channel roasting his shoes and missed the notification. I turned red. Well, you need to make sure we see it next time. This lone wolf attitude isn't working. Lunchtime. Emergency meeting of boss babes. He's got to go, I said. He's making us look incompetent by overworking. It's a power play. Rachel nods vigorously. It's unsafe. I feel anxious just being around him. He's so intense. It's like he's simmering with rage. Sienna, who is buddies with the HR director, smiles. I can frame it as a culture fit issue. He's not integrating, he's creating silos. Plus, his refusal to engage in team building creates an exclusionary atmosphere. We draft the narrative. Victor isn't hardworking. He is unable to delegate and poor at time management. Victor isn't saving us. He is hoarding information and refusing to collaborate transparently. Victor isn't quiet. He is passive-aggressive and makes the women in the office feel unwelcome. We bring it to the boss. 3 of us, united front. We use all the buzzwords. Psychological safety, toxic masculinity, emotional intelligence. The boss is an old-school guy who just wants the work done, but he's terrified of an HR nightmare. He looked at our serious faces. If he's really making the team uncomfortable, we have to address it. The synergy of this group is vital for the Catalyst launch. It is, I say solemnly. We can't perform at our best when we're walking on eggshells. Victor is fired on a Tuesday. They let him go for restructuring and cultural misalignment. He didn't make a scene. He just packed his bag, wiped his laptop, and left his badge on the desk. Didn't say goodbye to anyone. We watch him leave from the glass conference room. Rachel high-fives Sienna. Ding dong, the witch is dead. She laughs. I feel a massive wave of relief. The office feels lighter. No more silent judgment. No more guy working late making us feel guilty for leaving at 5. We are free. We go out for drinks that night to celebrate. Now we can really flow, I said, clinking my margarita glass. We'll hire someone who gets the vibe. A girl, maybe. Someone fun. Totally, Sienna said. And the bonus is still ours. We just have to coast to the finish line. Week 1 post-Victor, vibes are immaculate. We play music in the office. We take long lunches. We brainstorm on beanbags, but small things start happening. Hey, where is the raw data file for the client weekly update? Rachel asks on Thursday. Victor usually put it in the shared drive, I say. We check the drive. It is empty. Victor cleared his local files before he left, as per security protocol. The raw data is on the server, but none of us know how to run the SQL query to extract it. Whatever, I said. Just use last week's numbers and project a 2% growth. No one checks the raw data anyway. We fudged the report. Client didn't notice. We high-fived. See? We didn't need him. Week 3 post-Victor, cracks are forming. The Catalyst campaign launches in 2 weeks. We need to finalize the media spend. Usually, Victor would hand us a neat spreadsheet with exactly where the money should go based on real-time bid pricing. Now, we have to do it. How hard can it be? Sienna said. It's just spend allocation. We open the ad manager. It looks like the cockpit of a spaceship. Thousands of rows. Bidding algorithms. A/B test parameters. Rachel say. Victor had a script that automated this, I remember. Where is the script? Gone. We spend 3 days trying to figure it out manually. We end up just guessing. Put 50% on Instagram, 30% on Twitch, 20% on YouTube. I direct. Feels right. We are trusting our intuition, empowered. But I am staying late now. 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m., trying to fix formatting errors that Victor used to catch instantly. The office is quiet. It is spooky. I miss having someone else there. Week 5 post-Victor, launch week. Chaos. Absolute chaos. The client is asking for the predictive variance report. I don't even know what that is. I Google it. It requires advanced statistical analysis. I try to bluff. We're focusing on real-time agility rather than static predictions. I tell the client on Zoom. Client pauses. Okay, but our contract stipulates a variance report to release the second tranche of funding. Great. I spend all night trying to build one in Excel. I'm crying in the bathroom at 9 p.m. Rachel and Sienna went home hours ago. Sorry, hun. Have a date, Rachel said. I'm alone, staring at rows of numbers that aren't adding up. I realize Victor did this every month, and we fired him for it. Launch day. We push the button. The campaign goes live. We pop champagne. We did it. Sienna screams. Girl power. Rachel yells. We take selfies for Instagram. Caption. Dream team crushing the patriarchy in the market. For 24 hours, everything is fine. Then the data starts coming in. Or rather, it doesn't. The tracking pixels weren't installed correctly. Victor used to check the code. We didn't. We are spending $50,000 a day on ads and we have no idea if they are converting. Client calls screaming. Why are we showing ads for energy drinks to women over 60 on Facebook? My stomach drops. Remember that risk assessment Victor tried to show me? The one about the demographics? Yeah. We didn't pivot the targeting. Our intuition led us to target the wrong audience. We are burning cash. The algorithm is confused. Conversion rate is 0.2%. Industry standard is 3%. It's a disaster, a catastrophe. Boss calls us into his office. He's not looking at the numbers. He's looking at us. He looks aged. The client is pulling the account. He says softly. Silence. What? I squeak. They are citing gross incompetence. They audited the ad spend. We wasted $400,000 in 3 days on dead traffic. But the creative was so good, Rachel whispers. The creative doesn't matter if nobody sees it. The boss snaps. He throws a report on the table, and they asked where the senior analyst was. Apparently, their data guy knew Victor, respected him, asked why he wasn't on the launch calls. I look at my shoes. We felt he wasn't a culture fit. The boss laughs. It's a dry, humorless sound. Culture fit. Right. Well, because of this culture fit decision, we just lost our biggest client. That's 40% of our annual revenue. He leans back. There will be no bonuses this year. My heart stops. My Tulum trip. My deposit. For anyone, he continues. In fact, we have to look at downsizing. But we worked so hard, Sienna cries, tears actually forming. We gave everything to this project. It's not fair. You fired the only person who knew how the engine worked, the boss says. You drove the car off a cliff because you didn't like the mechanic. We walk out of office in a daze. Rachel is hyperventilating. Sienna is texting her dad. I go to my desk and open the shared drive. just staring at the empty folders where Victor's work used to be. I thought about him eating his ham sandwich, fixing my errors, warning me about the demographic shift. I realized he wasn't trying to make us look bad, he was just trying to do the job, and we kicked him for it. And now we are done too. 2 months later, layoffs hit. Rachel is first. She decides to pursue freelance writing. She's unemployed. Sienna gets moved to a junior role with a pay cut. I'm still here, somehow, but it's hell. I'm doing Victor's job now, badly. I stay until 8 p.m. every night, learning SQL on YouTube, eating vending machine dinner. The new hires are young Gen Z kids. They leave at 5 p.m. sharp. I hear them whispering about me in the break room. She's so intense. One says, "Yeah, toxic productivity," another agrees. She brings the vibe down. She never talks to us. She's such a boomer. I sit at my desk, staring at the blue light of the monitor. I see a LinkedIn notification. It's Victor, started a new position, Director of Data Strategy at VTech Solutions. Salary probably double what he made here. I click on his profile. He looks the same. Generic headshot. I scroll down to his recent activity. He liked a post about the importance of quiet competence in a loud world. I want to scream, but I don't. I just open another spreadsheet and get back to work. Because if I don't finish this variance report, I'm next. Be me. Still 28F, but feel 45. The office doesn't feel trendy anymore. The nitro cold brew gives me heartburn. I'm the pariah now. The people first culture is gone. It's survival mode. Management hired a consultant to audit our workflow. Consultant is a woman. Ruthless. Sharp suit, sharper eyes. She sits with me for a shadowing session. I'm sweating, trying to explain my manual, cobbled together process for ad tracking. "Why don't you automate this?" she asks, tapping her pen. I don't know how, I admit. The previous analyst, Victor, his notes say he built a Python script for this. Where is it? We couldn't find it after he left. She looks at me like I'm a bug. "So you fired the only guy with the technical keys to the kingdom, didn't get a handover, and have been doing it manually for 3 months? We had cultural differences," I mumbled. The old excuse tasting like ash in my mouth. She writes something down in a notebook. Doesn't look good. I go to the bathroom to splash water on my face. Look in the mirror. Dark circles under my eyes. Bad hair day. I look like Victor did. Exhausted. Drained by carrying the weight of incompetence around me. Lunchtime. No more boss babes. Rachel is gone. Sienna avoids me because I remind her of the failure. I sit alone in the break room, eating a sandwich I brought from home to save money. Ham and cheese. The irony is thick enough to choke on. 2 of the new account girls walk in, Nina and Bella, fresh out of college. Loud, confident, radiating that main character energy I used to have. They glance at me, then ignore me. Nina. "OMG, did you see the email from management about the new KPIs? Bella. Literally violence. Asking for weekly reports is so micromanagey. I feel like my autonomy is being threatened. Nina. Right? I need space to create. Forcing me to quantify my output is so capitalist dystopian. They giggle. I feel a surge of rage. I want to stand up and scream. You are being paid to work. The metrics matter. But I don't. I just take a bite of my sandwich. I realize this is exactly what Victor must have felt. Listening to us babble about vibes while the ship was sinking. I stay silent. I retreat into my work. I become the quiet one. The one who stays late. The one they probably have a group chat about. I check my phone under the table. Text from Rachel. "Hey girlie, hope you're surviving. Just wanted to ask. Do you think you could give me a referral for that open coordinator role? Things are tight, lol." I look at the text. I remember her ding dong the witch is dead comment. I remember her pressing me to fire him. I type, "Hey, honestly the culture here has changed a lot. Very metrics focused now. Probably not a good fit for your creative process. Delete. Too passive aggressive. Type. I'll see what I can do. Put phone away. I won't do anything. I can't afford to stick my neck out for dead weight anymore." Afternoon meeting. The consultant is presenting her findings. Entire team is there. Boss looks grim. Consultant pulls up a slide. Efficiency analysis. Big red bar graph showing productivity drop-off post-November. As you can see, the department's output cratered after the departure of the senior analyst, she says, laser pointer hitting the dip. The remaining team attempted to absorb the workload but lacked the technical proficiency. She looks directly at me. This resulted in the catalyst failure. The room is silent. Everyone is looking at me. The new girls, the boss, Sienna. I want the floor to swallow me. Moving forward, the consultant says, we are implementing strict performance tracking. No more qualitative assessments. Data only. The new girls gasp softly. The consultant continues. And we will be rehiring for the analyst position. I've reached out to a few headhunters. Boss speaks up. Actually, I reached out to Victor last week. My head snaps up. Sienna gasps. I offered him a 30% raise and a title bump to come back. The room holds its breath. Is he coming back? Will I have to look him in the eye? Will he be my boss? What did he say? Sienna asks, voice trembling. Boss looks defeated. He laughed. Said he's very happy where he is. Said his new team values output over optics. Boss looks at us. He also said good luck with the Python scripts. Humiliation complete. I'm on my own, and no one is coming to save me.